I'm Kyle Patrick. I'm a senior at First Colonial High School, and this is my story. I grew up going to church, didn't like it. I went to Christian school till 4th grade and didn't like it at all. And I really thought God was just kind of someone who was he just wanted to be a jerk to me. So I didn't want anything to do with that. And so when my parents first started fighting, I thought it was God's fault, and I didn't want to be involved with God at all, and I got kicked out of a Christian school in the 4th grade. I thought I was done with God. In the 8th grade, my parents got divorced, and a lot of fighting ensued from there. And in the 9th grade, I got kicked out of that church as well. I just wanted to live my own life. Didn't really worry about what God's plans were for me. I'd always, I guess, thought of God as either this guy who was up in the sky and was either really nice to you or really mean to you. He just kind of picked his favorites, and I obviously wasn't one of his favorites. Then a friend of mine, she was like, "Hey, come to Young Life," and she was cute, so like, okay, I'll come to Young Life. I just kind of kept going. One night at club, my leader, Scott Hamilton, talked about the woman who was caught in adultery and how Jesus forgave her and said, "Go, leave your life of sin." And I just said, "Scott, that was pretty good." After the talk, I was like, "Hey, that was pretty cool. I liked it." And he pulled me aside, one of the other leaders pulled me aside, and I prayed to accept Christ that night. At first, nothing really changed for a little while. I still kept doing the same stuff, still going to parties. I didn't realize what really Jesus had done. I'd heard about the cross before and what sin was, but until I really heard about that and how big of a deal sin was in my life, how it was ultimately going to kill me if it weren't for Jesus dying on the cross, then I wouldn't have changed at all. And the way I look at others now has drastically changed. Now that I'm saved by Jesus, I just want others to know that if it weren't for my leaders being intentional with me, and spending time with me, buying me coffee, buying me lunch, hanging out, and literally taking the time out of their day that they didn't have to do, I wouldn't know the Lord. I wouldn't be saved.